Good evening. Welcome to the Pleasantville Village Board meeting. Today is Monday, November 22nd. So if you're watching live on Monday, November 22nd, let me remind you that you are welcome to call in. If you have any questions or comments, our call-in number is 769-1677. And let me remind everybody what I mentioned the last time, and that is that after a little bit of a wait, we now have PCTV, the government channel, and the education channel available to cable subscribers both for Cablevision and Verizon. So the Cablevision channel numbers, as you know from the past, are 76 for PCTV, 77 for the education channel, and 78 for the government channel. Verizon has established PCTV on channel 36, the education channel on channel 32, and government on channel 39. So we have a full house tonight, and it's the happiest night of all to have a full house. Most of the rest of the year, if we have a full house, it's not for a good reason. Tonight it is for a good reason, and I'm happy if you can point over here, Shane, that standing room only crowd, it's our first ever village board meeting where we have empaneled a jury. So.
We're in trouble. It's a hanging jury.
I thank you all for coming. I had a couple of announcements to make, and the first is one we mentioned the last time, and that is any of you who are interested in the county budget. The county runs a series of budget meetings, one down county, one mid-county, one north county.
Just one down and one north, yeah.
This year, the North County budget meeting is being held here in Pleasantville, and that is tomorrow night, November 23rd. The county budget hearing is going to take place at Pleasantville High School at 7 p.m. So anybody who's interested in hearing about or commenting on the county budget, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Pleasantville High School is the second of two budget hearings. And on a sad note, I wanted to comment on two losses in our village family, which some of you are already aware of. The first is that Mike Testa, our very long-standing and loyal building inspector, tragically lost his son in an accident last week, and a very, very sad story, and our hopes and thoughts and concern for Mike and his family obviously are first in our minds. One of our DPW employees, Ian Dale, also suffered a loss this week of his brother, and so it was two extremely sad events in the village family in 1 week, and our sympathies are sent to everybody involved. On a brighter note, you're all here for what is the happiest night of the year. We very frequently talk about the spirit of volunteerism that exists among the boards and commissions and committees that have made Pleasantville such a wonderful place to be. And it turns out that it's proven once a year that the reason all those adults are such good volunteers is that they have good role models in the form of their kids. There aren't a whole lot of communities that fill up a room like this with young people who deserve commendation, and we do it annually, and I think perhaps this year have more than we have ever had. So it's a happy night. Let me go to the podium. We have a long list of people broken into various groups, and let me invite if there is an adult supervisor of any of these groups who would like to comment about the kids and the work that each of these groups do, I invite them to come up at the outset and to comment, or if any of the students who are involved in any of these programs would like to provide that kind of comment, you're welcome to as well. As each of you come on up, we will be giving you a certificate, and if you can make your way around the back of the table to shake the hands of the trustees, you will leave with a very valuable memento of the evening, which we promise not to give to people who are undeserving. So you can wear that with the pride that it deserves. So the first two groups we had on our list are the Holy Innocents Youth Group and the Holy Innocents Education Group. Would you like to talk, Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Connery. I'm the Youth Minister at Holy Innocents Catholic Church. Jerry Rogerman is the Director of Religious Education, so we'll just do all our kids together. Being a good Catholic, something I heard, it's actually an Islamic point of view, kind of resonated with me. This point of view says that giving to charity is not seen as an act of condescension induced by pity, but as a means to purify the soul of the giver, revive his humanitarian feelings, reinforce the human bond with his less fortunate fellow human beings. Working with kids is my 9th year doing this. Never expected to be doing youth ministry, working with teenagers. They inspire me. They motivate me. The mayor talked about role models. They are. They're role models to me. They're role models to our church. They get service. All faiths and religions are basically try to teach love. They get it. They know love. All right. I work with them because they do. There's a purity about them. All right. They purify my heart, my soul, and they keep me young in my mind. All right. So it's my honor to work with these young people, and I thank all their parents to entrust them to me, and just know that they teach me well, quite a bit more than I could ever teach them. All right. With that, we'll give them their certificates.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Jen Sperano. Catherine Fawnin. Aileen Collins. Yes. Congratulations. There's your certificate. Make your way around the back there. Ilana Engelbrecht, I know she sent a note indicating she wouldn't be able to be here tonight. Bridget Gilfeather. Jack Crow. Congratulations, Jack. Thank you. Terrence Roney. Matt Lang. Congratulations, Matt. Thank you. Taylor Forte. Congratulations. Teresa Sullivan. Sam Sullivan. Kelly Maloney. Caroline Guttridge. Kelly Benani. Caroline Puglia. Congratulations. Good job. Erica Kalski. Francesca Trombetta. Congratulations. Emily Parati. Marissa Giafrida. Maddie Lopez. Maybe Maddie's father should give her the certificate. Congratulations. Thank you. Julie Carpenito. Alex Lang. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you. Drew Forte. Brett Turenchalk. Congratulations, Brett. Liz King. Eddie Reiling. John Rollman. Christina Howe. Sean Bramswig. Sean Howe. Congratulations. Megan Rita. Michaela Brown. Congratulations. Thank you. John Lydon. Joey Hartman. Greg Tierney. Rebecca Moore. Matt Fogarty. Andrew Santos. Congratulations, Andrew. Thank you. Carly Sabecki. Chris Longo. Congratulations. Thank you. Lindsay Matthew. Stephanie Graham. And last but not least in this group, Matthew Wolf. I thank you all. I thank you, Tom. And obviously the group at Holy Innocents has done a great job in getting this many people involved and having this many youthful leaders. It's our honor to honor you. And I am sorry not to see the group that wasn't able to get here tonight, but I thank them for keeping us below our maximum occupancy. So, Tom, can I leave those with you?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Well-deserved hat.
Thank you.
Our next group is the J-Teen Leadership. Does anyone want to comment about that? I can just read the information that the group gave us. It said, these teens readily meet the criteria of commitment, effectiveness, and leadership through their actions in the J-Teen Leadership Program. They planned and led community service projects throughout the year. Their outstanding leadership qualities are examples for all their peers to follow. And we have two honorees. The first is Katie Connolly. And the second is Jacqueline Mera. Next is a group we're always have a large contingent from, and that is the Pleasantville High School ECHO program. Does anyone from ECHO like to talk about the program? Yes. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Sydney Shapiro, and this is Malachi Davis, and we're the presidents of ECHO, the Community Service Club at Pleasantville High School. Echo is the largest club in the high school with over 150 active members. Community service is not a requirement at our school, but our club prides itself in the dedication of our students who are truly doing service to better themselves and the community.
Our volunteers engage the community in lots of different ways. We've had blood drives and cancer walks, and one of the things that we're very proud of this year, if I can find the other side of this paper, is that for 4 years now we've been running an after-school program at the Mount Pleasant Library to help kids with homework, and we've had a great showing there, and we really enjoy working with all the wonderful people there at the Mount Pleasant Library. And we also run a community support program that matches peer mentors to special needs students so they can get as much out of the community as everyone else does. We're really honored to be here tonight and to accept these awards, and we just want to show our gratitude. We also like to thank Miss Steinberg and
Mrs. Chapman.
Miss Chapman for for facilitating this for us. Thank you all very much.
Why don't you guys stand up here and hands up your group?
Of course. We'll just send these out to our own guys.
Let's see, we'll leave yours to the end and then you can be last through. Why don't you guys be here? The first is Nick Prosh. Congratulations, Nick. That's you. Sarah Gilski. Congratulations, Sarah. Thank you. Samantha Tanner. Congratulations. Thank you. Anna Perry. Congratulations. Mina Zakar. Rebecca Ashen. Thank you. Samantha Costanza. Rebecca Moore. Thank you. Christina Sarro. Rebecca Arcidiacono. Malachi Davis. Sydney Shapiro. Are you the guys that have the leaf raking signs up?
Yeah.
So I walked downtown the other day and I see this poster, little tear-off things, free leaf raking, which in most communities would be, check the jewelry box after they leave. But this is Pleasantville, so it's free leaf raking. So thank you, guys. Let me remind everybody that if we have your certificate wrong, spelled wrong in whatever way, don't be shy. Just drop it off with Patty and tell her what's wrong, and we'll be sure to fix it. Pleasantville High School student visions. Would somebody like to comment on what you guys all do?
Hi, my name is Cassandra Schwartz, and I'm a junior at Pleasantville High School. And Visions is a student-run community service program that works with the Board of Education and the Board of Commerce to bring the community closer to the school. We cooperate to run events to help the local community and abroad. Some of the things we do is Pleasantville Day and Pleasantville Cleanup Day. We are currently raising money for the Smile Train and Heifer International, which are both charities that benefit children in underprivileged countries. And tonight we'd just like to take a minute to thank our advisor, Mrs. Puglisi, who could not be here, unfortunately. Thank you.
Thank you. I can speak from personal experience. It's a remarkable group and got started a few years ago, and each year there is remarkable student leadership, and you think, what will happen when they graduate? And it turns out that there's someone equally as good who brings it to the next level the next year. So the first of our honorees for Student Visions is Gina George. Colette McCullough. I think you're spelled right this time.
Thank you.
Megan Rita. Cassandra Schwartz. Thank you, and thank you for a good introduction. Tom Vila. Mina Zucker, I think we called her up. It's also symptomatic of the kind of people we're talking about, that quite a number of these young people are honorees in several different categories. So if you end up with multiple hats, it'll like the, what is that, the hats of Bartholomew Cubbins? Was that the story where they? Pleasantville Presbyterian Church Appalachian Service Project. Gail.
Thank you, Mayor Shearer and Village Board and all of you who are listening today. My name is Gail Zarek, and I am the leader for the Pleasantville Appalachia Service Project, which operates out of the Presbyterian Church of Pleasantville, but it's a volunteer effort that welcomes volunteers from all over, from church-based organizations and individuals. No matter where you come from, you're all welcome to volunteer. This is the 12th year that Pleasantville has been doing this. Many of you think of ASP as a summertime mission trip to Appalachia, where we repair and rebuild homes of people who live in poverty. I like to think of it as much more than that. It's a transformational experience for our youths. We teach young people that they can build a better world by becoming the kinds of people who serve others. So we start preparing for our mission trip by doing local community service. This spring, we learned some skills, and we did some team building by painting 2 homes in Mount Kisco that are owned by the local nonprofit A-Home. If any of you came to the pancake breakfast on Pleasantville Day, our youths cooked up and served and cleaned up after that entire event. But the culmination of all these efforts is a 9-day trip to either West Virginia, or Tennessee, where we spend a week making houses warmer, safer, and drier for people who live in pretty dire circumstances. The trip is an amazing experience. It's just phenomenal to see a 15-year-old learn how to use some basic construction tools, learn skills of carpentry, of building roofs, underpinning under trailers. And it goes way beyond that, because in doing these construction projects, our youths help to give homeowners hope. These are homeowners who society has mostly forgotten. And when they see our young people come with smiles on their faces and dirty jeans and a great spirit, it gives these people hope that they've maybe never seen before. And it also brings our youngsters home with a feeling that at a young age, they've made a big difference in people's lives. So we couldn't do this without the support of the community. I thank the village here for supporting us by recognizing our young people. And I also want to extend a thank you to the local individuals, businesses, and organizations that keep this going year after year. Thank you.
The first honoree for the Appalachian Service Project is Blake Antes. Eric Berg. Probably at a hockey game, if I know Eric. Josh Buchheister. Kristen Delancey. Claire Eichinger. Connor Eichinger. Rachel Gans.
She's in college.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
And accepting for, Rachel. Patricia Garibaldi. Out of the jury, so thank you. Esther Kim. Stephanie Kraus. Congratulations. Anna Navarro. Megan Schaub. Devin Stack. Jovian Trotta. Megan Toomey. Congratulations, Megan. Thank you. Allison Weinig. Congratulations, Allison. Thank you. Zach Willard. Thank you so much, all of you, and thank you, Gail. We have one honoree from the Pleasantville Volunteer Fire Department. Chief, can I encourage you to comment? Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. I'm Chief George Dolce. I represent the Pleasantville Volunteer Fire Department, one of the all-volunteer fire departments in the area. We have a junior corps program that's been around since the 70s. Believe it or not, some of those members are still members of the department today. Our junior corps is trained side by side with the senior members of the department at live fire training. They actually go for live fire training, and at fire calls they perform support staff for us. And I'm very proud to have the junior corps members. We've had the junior corps member representative since the 70s, and we have one gentleman here this evening which we'd like to honor.
Vanna honoree is a neighbor of mine and someone I've known for a long time and who I have enormous faith in, and that is Stephen Belmont. Thank you, Chief. Senior Girl Scout Troop, number 1159. Is there someone who'd like to talk about that? Welcome.
Hi, I'm Lori Sandusky, and I'm honored to be a troop leader for these girls, Troop 1159, who are senior scouts and who have devoted so much time over many years doing service. But in particular, over the last 2 years, they've been working with Cottage 7 at the Edenwall School, at the Pleasantville Cottage School. And they bring so much joy to their lives. We visit on weekends, usually Saturday or Sunday afternoon. The girls are fully in charge of planning the activities for the day, from cooking their very first apple pie with them to running a song fest, kickball games, craft projects, all sorts of activities. And they get lots of hugs. And they built a beautiful garden, planted a beautiful garden last year with the girls as well. So I'd like to thank them for all their service, and they're going to be continuing this year as well.
Thank you. Help them with their hats. The first honoree from the Senior Girl Scout Troop is Amelia Gray. Congratulations. Julie Sandusky. Congratulations. Thank you, Julie. Emily Stangarone. Second appearance by Colette McCullough. Congratulations. Stephanie Wolf. Congratulations. Amritha Gunabalan. Julia Schmidt. Stephanie Rogers. Thank you, Girl Scout Troop 1159. And the last in our group of awards tonight are awards to 4 young people in recognition of outstanding community service to the Village of Pleasantville senior programs and services. These students volunteered at the Clinton Street Center during the months of July and August, replacing part-time staff and adult volunteers. They performed work in the kitchen and the dining room, helping to prepare meals, setting up the dining room, serving lunch, cleaning up the dining room after lunch, washing through thousands of dishes and millions of pieces of flatware. No hyperbole. Most important, these young people gave freely of themselves to enrich the lives of Pleasantville senior citizens. So we have 4 young people to honor, and the first is Matthew Fogarty. Second is Amy Mackin. Kimberly O'Keefe. And last but certainly not least, Elizabeth Stargiotti. Where is it? There she is. A great evening, a great bunch of kids. It's we all have our harder days in life, but the last Monday in November in Pleasantville is not a hard day, and it's not a hard day because of what all you people do, and because of what all the parents and the advisors and all these groups do to make possible what goes on in this community. And to say that it is a remarkable example of youthful service to their community would be an understatement. I really think it is fair to say that there are not too many communities that can fill a room this way and have this many kids who couldn't show up and are represented in absentia. So on behalf of the village board and the village community at large, I want to thank you all and congratulate you on your accomplishments, and thank you for coming. And fun as this is, the resolutions are great if you're excited, right? So, all right, guilty or innocent? Welcome back. We had a brief break as the families and kids who were part of Youth Recognition Night departed, at risk of having to suffer through the resolutions that we are about to go through. So. Our first resolution, number 235, is Steve.
Well, in all deference to what you've said, Mr. Mayor, since it is bedtime for a number of those kids, a few of these resolutions might have hurried them off in that direction.
All right, that's right.
Resolved, the pre-check register dated November 22nd, 2010, covering check numbers 67974 through 68059 has been reviewed and is hereby approved as listed below. General Fund, $914,403.61. Miscellaneous revolving fund, $320. Water fund, $165,970.95. Capital fund, $51,176.75. Refuse fund, $74,710.77. Pool fund, $2,147.74 for a total of $1,208,729.82.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Monday, number 236.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, November 8th, 2010, and they are hereby approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Jonathan?
Resolved that resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village treasurer to sign an agreement with J.P. Morgan Chase Online for online bill paying as per the terms set forth in the agreement dated November 22nd, 2010. However, we do have a change to this, assuming that we can get a couple of the terms in here pared back some. Especially the one for automatic renewal, and if possible, the term of the contract.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Patty, you want to describe this? This is the culmination of, I know, a lot of work on the part of the finance office to try to get us up and running with online bill payment.
Yes, I'd be happy to, and hopefully it'll be that smooth and seamless in the end, but J.P. Morgan Chase has partnered with not only some merchant bank services, credit card services, but also with Munis, which is our internal financial software provider, to provide convenience online payments as an option for both tax bills and water bills for our residents. And we've had inquiries about this type of service. This would not obviously be the only way we would accept methods of payment. People can still deliver payments to Village Hall, or they can still mail payments, but if they decide to use online services for convenience, there are terms and conditions which, we will make clear on the website about fees that they will incur for those convenience charges. But all in all, we think it's an opportunity that presents itself to residents as well as to allow us to become more virtual and more accessible.
Thank you. The one piece of it that we will remind everyone of when the program goes live, which is tentatively beginning of our next fiscal year, June 1.
That's right.
Is that there is a tiered fee attached to credit card charges. The basic issue being that state law, correct me if I'm wrong, Patty, state law does not permit a municipality to pay a credit card commission on a tax payment?
It does not. We have to, by current law, pass that on to the person who is engaging the
So as a result of that, if you wish to pay online using a credit or debit card, there's a convenience fee of 2.5% of the payment amount, which I guess is roughly typical of what a merchant would pay when you pay with a credit card in a store. However, it will also give you the opportunity to enter an e-check with your bank routing number and account number, and that transaction will not incur the 2.5% fee, but instead a flat fee of just $1. So the reason we are lining up ourselves with J.P. Morgan Chase is that they have established a software package that links directly to our municipal accounting package, which is a package called Munis. And so when you go and enter it on the website, you'll be entering it directly into our system. All true, Patty?
That is all true.
I've got it right?
You have it right. They have some proprietary arrangement right now.
So as Jonathan mentioned when he made the motion, we have modified section 8.1 of the term to delete the second line that produces an automatic renewal. And then it's a 3-year agreement. And can we leave it in the hands of Patty and the Finance Department to negotiate that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Subject to those changes, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. That will be a happy event. So people will be able to pay property tax bills and water bills online that way.
Yes, starting June 1, 2011.
Brian, number 138.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village administrator to enter into a contract with Guth DeConzo Consulting Engineers, PC, 242 West 30th Street, New York, for design services with respect to a solar array installation project at the Department of Public Works facility. Said cost not to exceed $21,000.
Is there a second?
Second.
We received a grant of about $250,000, as did the village of Briarcliff, a similar amount, to put a solar array on the roof of our DPW garage. And we have partnered with the village of Briarcliff Manor in sharing the cost of designing and bidding this project. You, anything further to say about that, Patty?
No, but at this point, we have put out an RFP for the design services, and we'd received 5 proposals back, and based on the recommendation of David Toriano, who is the engineer in charge of this project in Briarcliff, who has taken the lead in the solicitation of the bids, we agree with his recommendation to go with this firm out of New York City called Ruth DeConzo Consulting Engineers. They have, by all respects, met the qualifications and are the lowest and most responsible bidder for the engineering and design services for this project. So once we engage this firm, they will put out the bid specs, and we will then be out to bid for the work, probably in the late spring, right after our roof repairs get done.
This $21,000 comes out of the $250,000 grant?
$21,000 comes out of the grant, yes.
Our share of that is half of that?
No, our share of the grant was about $27,500. I
No,
think
no,
that
I'm
was.
sorry. The $21,000 fee that Guth DeConzo has provided, we're paying half and Briarcliff's paying half?
Yes.
Right, because we're sharing that cost.
Yes.
Their total estimate for the design fee was $21,000.
So should this be 21,000 or should this be
Let me just,
10.5
in the resolution?
in the resolution?
we make sure he spec'd it independent. I know that there's,
GDC proposed a total fee of $21,000. It says on page 2.
The project consists of 2 separate
It's-
systems.
it's for the village. It's for
One in
both.
Pleasantville and one
Yes.
in Briarcliff. And their total fee is $21,000, so our cost should be $10,500, right?
That's right. It's for both. It's responding
Okay.
to both.
So, Brian, you were the mover, you're okay with that amendment? Said cost
I
not
am.
to
I
exceed
mean,
10,500.
so there, the cost, I mean, does it make sense to cut the amount in half? I mean, whose project requires more work?
I think that they're both essentially the same. 2 separate photovoltaic systems, each rated at approximately 46.2 kilowatts. One to be installed on the roof of Department of Public Works in Briarcliff and the other Public
Right.
Works building in
I
Pleasantville.
understand that, but we can say they're identical projects?
They're substantially
we're
the
rounding
same, but, you know, the application in terms of the installation's a little different. We have different, you know, probably roof penetration systems that'll be
Right.
Yeah, but,
employed.
I mean, it seems reasonable to divide it in half, right? Well, that was the intent in
Yes,
Briarcliff,
that was
was it
the
not?
intent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all in
Yes.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Steve?
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the request from the Holy Innocents Church to close the Tompkins Avenue parking lot on Tuesday, November 30th, 2010, at 4 p.m. for a special event.
There a second?
Second.
Holy Innocents is holding an Advent Tea for Women on November 30th, expecting almost 200 people, and have requested that the Tompkins Avenue lot at the corner of Tompkins and Wheeler be closed at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. The point of this that is important for people to realize is that Holy Innocents actually owns that parking lot, and they are generous enough to allow the village to use it at most times during the week in exchange for the village tending to its maintenance. So, as we have in the past, we're happy to let them use their own lot when they need it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby enters into an agreement with Another Step, Inc. to provide senior center support as detailed in their letter to Virginia Pancotti, Senior Outreach Director. Said approval is subject to submission and approval of insurance certificates.
Is there a second?
Second.
Patty, you want to describe this?
Yeah, I actually had a chance to talk with Virginia about this late last week. This is a not-for-profit organization that provides workplace opportunities for people with developmental disabilities, and Virginia and I both think this is a nice partnership for that agency and for our senior center to try to accomplish, some mutual goals for socialization and for work support. So we're looking forward to it. We think, it's going to be a nice opportunity for us. And we have the insurance certificates that I need.
Okay.
So
Great.
there's no
All right.
cost to the village for participating in the program.
Based on Patty and Virginia's advice, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Jonathan, on 241.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village administrator to sign the agreement with Westchester County for removal of snow and ice from county roads for a term of 5 years beginning October 1st, 2010 through September 30th, 2015.
Is there a second?
Second.
Patty, you want to describe the...
Yeah, we've historically maintained several county roads on behalf of Westchester County throughout the winter. This agreement is required to be executed for us to be reimbursed for the maintenance of those roads for snow and ice. The county roads that we are taking responsibility for are Bedford Road and a portion of Washington Avenue that extends out toward Newcastle, that is under the responsible control of the county for all other purposes. And they actually index their fees every year by some CPI index. I'm trying to find their rates that they've committed to this year.
That's Schedule A and B on the near the end, right?
$61
Yes.
per mile, 2 lanes, $2,717 per mile for 3 lanes, and $3,004
Right.
per mile for 4 lanes.
Are the rates paid to us common across the entire county?
Rates are common. They have an incentive rate if there is a salt shed agreement that we basically have with them, that we maintain our salt in a salt shed. So there's a little bit of an incentive for communities that comply with other environmental regulations. So
Then I notice also you get paid roughly 50% more if you are able to comply with the county's Section 208 Water Quality Program Best Practices Manual. Is that something that we are in a position to comply with?
yes, that's basically having the salt stored
That's
properly.
with the that's the
That's-
incentive,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And that gives us a 50%
It does.
bonus
yes.
in the payments. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. 242. Brian.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby approves the following budget amendments. We are shifting $12,187 from the budget line for legal contractual into miscellaneous charges, debt service. And we are taking $13,454 from refuse full-time and shifting it into law contractual for a total of $25,641.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Amidst the youth recognition, I forgot to mention at the outset our next scheduled meetings. We have a work session a week from today, Monday, November 29th at 7 p.m. But then we do not have a work session the first Monday in December. That's December 6th, because that is the annual dinner celebrating the work of our volunteer boards and commissions. So we have a work session next Monday, the 29th, and then our next meeting thereafter is our regular meeting of Monday, December 13 at 8 p.m. with a work session proceeding at 7 p.m. Anybody else have announcements, comments, new business?
No, just come tomorrow to the meeting at Pleasantville High School at 7 o'clock regarding the county budget. Worth your while.
Okay. Again, congratulations to the many young people of Pleasantville that we honor tonight in the annual Youth Recognition Night. Congratulations to them, to their families, and to the groups that they serve.
No.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Pardon? Pardon?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
And happy Thanksgiving.
Patty reminds me that we should be encouraging everyone to have a happy Thanksgiving. That's a few days from now.
If you're not
So-
cooking,
I am not. It's going to be a happy Thanksgiving for me.
like I have already started.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. See you again at a regular meeting Monday, December 13th.